Um, Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. If you guys are here in the comments, I appreciate you guys for being here. If you guys are watching the replay, I also appreciate you guys for being here. My name is Emmanuel Pierre. I am your certified empowerment coach, focused on discipline and confidence and self-love in regards to making sure that you're actually working on focusing, becoming the better you. I have here my brother,
Hey,
a brother from another mother.
my good brother, indeed. Appreciate you for having me, man.
Absolutely. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Let everybody know what
Yeah,
you're about.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Jordan Smith. I'm based out of Bridgeport, Connecticut. I'm a life coach and mental health speaker. I'm on a mission to connect 500 men with therapy by the year 2030. So, if we can connect some of y'all in this live, we're more than happy to. You want to work with us, we're more than happy to. So,
Absolutely.
here to share some gems with y'all, man. I'm looking forward to it,
Absolutely.
bro.
No, I appreciate you for being here and taking the time because I know you have any other things you could be doing right now, but
Yo,
you
8
are
p.m.
here.
on a Saturday, we could be anywhere right now.
Facts.
But we here,
So,
man. We doing that
while
work.
absolutely. So while we're waiting for the other gentleman to come in here, we're gonna start on with this conversation. The boy
Talk to me.
inside the man, right?
Hmm.
Because that particular topic is one of the things that us men have a tendency to ignore, that inner child, right?
Oh, for
we don't
sure.
we don't have that conversation enough. And you mentioned therapy, which is a good thing to mention when it comes to men, because we don't go to therapy, right? Not many of us do,
Nah, most
right?
of us don't.
Most of us don't, but it's a very rare occasion that you see any men go to therapy and actually get the help that they need, right? um I guess we're the anomaly. Right, we would say that because I've gone to therapy.
Yeah.
I've actually gotten therapy. I've done gotten coaching and mentoring all at the same time, right? To the point where I had to meet each other
Mm.
because I
So
needed
you had
to
a
know.
meeting of the minds of all these
Yeah, I had
people
the
in your
meeting of the
life.
minds in a sense because I needed to know, to let them know that it's not just one or two people just putting in this work. Derek, welcome in. Derek, if you want to be a part of this, just let me know. Just shoot me a text and I'll send you the link. I have no issues with that at all. So that way we can get you in here. But yeah, meeting of the minds, bro. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Like I needed that to happen because everybody was working on their individual time to get me to where I needed to go, but they were all also doing individual things with me to get me where I needed to go. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They weren't all working on the same thing. You know
Bro.
what I'm saying?
And
So it's
all
like,
them different pieces are necessary.
yeah, it was necessary, 100%. But in regards to the boy inside the man, the one that brought that out was my therapist, right? She made me think about that that aspect because I was one of those kids that dealt with a lot of different things, right? And it wasn't even family related trauma.
Mm.
It was more so school, bullying, like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like
got
those
you.
things,
Yeah.
right? It was mainly those things. The family thing happened after the fact, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the main thing that I was struggling with is just being social and being that kid that seemed like he was an easy picking. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, for people. So that right there was the thing that really brought that conversation to the forefront because yeah, it definitely made me antisocial. Cause like, why are you messing with me for?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
At
ain't
that
do
point,
nothing to
it's like I
you.
don't want nothing to do with people.
Yeah, like I don't
Nah.
want, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do nothing to you, right? You know what I'm saying? For you to even bring that energy towards me, but you did. So now, in and now as an adult, I got to figure this out because it's making me antisocial, and
Hmm.
and it's not even antisocial with like just everybody, just certain groups. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like those groups that do look like bullies. I didn't
I
want to
was
be
gonna say
around any
anything
of
that
them.
probably feels familiar to that first thing.
Yeah, I didn't want
Yeah.
to be around anybody that was doing none of that. I was trying to avoid them. I'd walk the opposite way. If they're walking towards me in the hallways, I'll go the opposite way. I'll
Yeah.
take the
Gone.
long way to class type of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was for me. Um, but a lot of what men also struggle with is the neglect, right? As a child.
Hmm.
Dad probably works a lot, never home, right? So you don't really have a conversation with dad. You know what I'm saying? Mom trying to do everything in the house. Let's say they have multiple siblings. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you don't get the attention that you're supposed to get.
That
the way that
attention, that love, that bonding, that family
right,
dynamic, all is you need that.
and then you're performing now to
Hey,
try to
you
get
talk about
seen.
my life, brother. Relax. Relax.
I mean, if you wanna dive
Relax.
into it, go right ahead, go right ahead. You know what I'm
Nah, that
saying? Go ahead.
bro, that was definitely me, man. Like my family dynamic, my dad wasn't really super involved. And I was telling you earlier, now he is involved. I feel like I have a dad now, but growing up, right, my parents separated when I was one. So I don't really have memories of them, a cohesive family unit like that.
Right, right, right,
I'd
right,
see them
right.
on weekends here and there.
Mhm.
And then, I had an older sibling, a younger sibling in the house. So I had that middle child real bad, that middle child syndrome, bro. So
It's a real thing.
it's a real thing. Birth order matters, right? So I often felt forgotten about, overlooked, and I felt like, okay, I got to do things to get noticed, right? So then I
Mm,
started performing because I'm like, okay, if I do this, then I'll get noticed, then I'll receive the love I want. I'll receive the love I need, the attention I need, the care I need.
right.
And when you don't fix that, then it turns into, now you're an adult, you growing up, you in relationships, now you're a people pleaser in your relationship. Right now I'm
Yeah,
performing in my relationships because I think that this is what I need to do to get love. And it was never that. So
yeah.
that neglect and not getting that attention that you feel like you need and all those different things, that really will shape your mental. And if you don't address it, it's going to affect you into adulthood until you finally run into a spot where it's like, man, I need to fix this. And
Yeah.
it's not on anybody else. It's no one else's responsibility. It's not whoever I felt like didn't give me this or didn't give me that. It's now my job to fix the things that I need to change in my life because no one else is going to do that for me.
No, and that's true though, right? And I thank you for expressing that because that's a lot of men's lived experience,
For
right?
sure.
They're taught to act a certain way and move a certain way, right? Because if we think about society and how society, quote unquote, taught men how to be, right? Even though we didn't really have to subscribe to it, nowadays we don't really have to subscribe to it. But
Yeah.
but
Now you got options on how you want to live out your masculinity.
right, exactly.
Back
But back
then, it was
then,
one way to do
it
it.
was one way to move, and you had to move that one way. And for the men that are older than us, right now, it's like they some of them want to change, but they've
Mhm.
been adjusted to this lifestyle of how men are supposed to be for so long. It's kind of impossible, or it feels impossible for them to even try to adjust that, right? To try to even change the narrative to be someone else or be the person that they want to be for themselves,
Yeah.
right? Because they're so accustomed to the society's provide, protect, provide provision and
Yeah.
then unalive.
Wife, happy life, all of that
Yeah,
stuff.
like what I'm saying, it's not about the man. It's just about everybody
Mm-mm.
else, right? It's just like, you do what you got to do and then you go.
Yeah.
Like,
And as long as everybody else was
as
good,
long
you
as
took
everybody
care of
else is
business,
good,
you was straight. You did what
you
you
were
had to do
straight.
as a man, and that was it.
Yeah, so it's like now in 2025, that's why I always give credit to the younger crowd. You know what I'm saying? They are A1. Okay.
Yes. They're
They
far more advanced than we was.
100% because they say they will fight you tooth and nail for their peace. Right? They will fight you tooth
Yeah.
and nail. You're not gonna put that same narrative that they put on us. They won't deal with it. They will avoid it.
Mm-mm.
They will fight it.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they'll real deal fight it. And they'll be like, nah, this is what I want to do, and this is how I'm gonna move. Right? Now, for the older for the older generation, it's gonna
Generations before them.
it's gonna seem like it's disrespect, right? You know what I'm saying? These
Yeah.
kids are
Anything that
disrespectful.
pushes back against what that norm is for them
It's
feels
disrespect.
like, okay, it's disrespect. This doesn't make any sense. Why would
Right.
you ever do that? This is outlandish. Y'all just don't get it. And it's like, no, we get it. And we're bold enough to step outside of this box that you have been afraid to leave for so long.
Yeah.
And we're not going to continue to pass down outdated ways of thinking. We're not going to continue to pass down trauma. We're not going to continue to inherit all of these difficulties and these issues. Like, we want a different life. We're going to take advantage of this opportunity to do so. We're not just going to accept things as like, okay, it is what it is. I can't stand that it is what it is person. It's like, no,
I don't
it
even like the
it
phrase
is what
itself.
it is what you allow it to be.
Yeah.
You have plenty of opportunity to change it. It's not. It is
It's
what
the
it is.
power that it's the power that it's the power that you have, right?
Yes.
To make that change. If you want to do so, if you want to, if you choose to
Hmm.
do so, you can make that change. Now, I've been fortunate enough to come across, a good amount of men that has done the work, that are continuing to do the work, right? They're not ignoring their emotions. They're not ignoring the things that they're struggling with in regards to their childhood, right? And as in regards to the trauma, they're actually going to therapy. They actually put it in the work, right? Those men don't get enough praise. They're
No,
not seen enough,
because they
right?
really did the hard thing,
They did the
and most
hard
people
thing.
won't see it as the hard thing, but they did the hard thing by doing all that.
They did. Because if you really think about, first of all, let's be honest, right? Like let's they don't want they it's a very powerful thing for
Yeah.
men to go to therapy, right? For men to actually do the work, right? Because in order to create that level of balance for a man, that's a new level of power that he
Hmm.
has, right? Most men don't have that balance.
No.
So when a man actually has that balance, he's a newfound being on this earth because majority of men do not have balance.
No.
It's either one or the other.
And because they don't have that balance, there's almost like an inability to understand these other pieces of who they are.
Right.
It's almost like you have a identity built on an incomplete foundation. And then because they don't even know that there's more room for possibilities or there's more room for expansion, they don't even know that there's these other pieces of themselves that can make them a more complete person. And
Oh,
then when
yeah.
it's pitched to them as weakness, right? Like when they say, okay, crying is weakness, or going to therapy, means you soft and you could just tough it out and like just, thug it out. And it's like, no, 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 no. That stuff is actually so much harder than you think it is.
It
To be
is.
vulnerable with somebody you don't know and tap into things that you'd rather not talk about and then really grow from it and put the things in place to be better. That's the hard thing. And there's so
Before
much
before
more
you
to
even
who we are
before you
than
even
that.
get to that point, right? Before you even get to that, they're not even taught
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
emotional. They're not even taught to be able to tap into that, right? So for them to even be comfortable with having that conversation,
In
they're
some
learning
cases,
they're
they're taught
learning
not
all
to
of that
tap
on the
into it.
exactly. So they're learning all of that on the fly.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they're going to therapy, learning all this stuff in therapy. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like
Yeah.
it's not something that they're learning on their own because then they don't even know how to operate. They don't even know how to operate or how to even tap into that unless they get a coach. They get somebody that's willing to put the work in with them to make that happen. Like you know what I'm saying? But if they're just going strictly straight to therapy, trying just to try it out to see if it works, they're learning all of this stuff, all these new avenues right in therapy. How to be
Yes.
emotional, how to tap into their emotions, you know what I'm saying? How to be okay with being emotional, how to accept the fact that being emotional is not a weakness, is really a strength to be honest with you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like they're learning all of this stuff on the fly. So
Yeah.
it's more work and it's harder for them overall because they're not doing this stuff in layers. They're
Hmm.
just like
Yeah.
therapy,
It's like
everything, boom.
boom.
Like
Yeah.
you know
It's
what
like
I'm
you
saying?
had
Like
everything held up in a vault and you just said, and here it
yeah,
is,
like
just
you know what I'm
unloading it.
saying? And I look at that. So one of my favorite things that I like to use is Pandora's box, right? So
Mm.
Pandora's box, if we know the mythological aspect of Pandora's box, the thing at the end of Pandora's box is hope, right? But if you think about the things that you have to do to get
Just to
down
get the
there,
hope.
it's you know what I'm saying, to
Just
even
to get
get
the
to the
hope.
hope, like you know what I'm saying, like you got to go through layers. Now, if you think about it in your healing journey, and you don't have the tools, you don't have the necessary guidance, the guidance that you need, like a coach or
Hmm.
a therapist or somebody, like it's just you're just pounding and adding layers
Yeah.
into this box, like it's just
And a lot of men have such a big resistance to coaching
yeah,
outside of sports.
true,
It's like,
true,
okay, if it's sports, cool. And even within sports, there are some players that are just uncoachable, right? But
that's fair.
there's such a resistance to coaching. And I think when men start to realize that when you don't have the answers. You have to go seek it out and be coachable to get it.
Yeah.
They'll be in a better place. A lot of men are like, okay, I don't have the answers. I'm going to go find the answers. And part of, but they don't want to be coached. And it's like, no, sometimes the only way to find the answers is to be coached.
Right.
Someone has to walk you through the process of figuring out these answers. Someone has to walk you through the process of even how to begin, how to start, how to heal, how to put words to your emotions and what you feel, how to even understand that, like, oh man, this bodily sensation I have, there's a name for it.
Yeah.
So many of these different things. And it's like, once you put that pride to the side, because a lot of times that's what it is pride, and allow yourself to be coached instead of always approaching life from the standpoint of, I have to have the answer. I have to know what's up. I have to have it all figured out. You'll be in a better spot. Just allow yourself to be coached.
Yeah, my girl said different perspective changes everything. It does.
It does.
Like if you can get out your own way, right? And that's the struggle right there, is getting out of your own way, right? We think that we know it all, but we don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know it all. We can put up the facade. You know what I'm saying? We do that. We put up the facade like we know it all, especially with men. Like we think like we have all the answers, and we really don't. We fail more than we succeed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that we create this ideology that we have to have the answer, like right now. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna fail more than we succeed. And if, like you said, if they just open up to coaching and be able to just take in the knowledge, right? Take in the conversation, because they would be able to be better, right? And it doesn't even necessarily have to be coaching, right? Because the first real conversation I had was with my neighbor. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
don't have to be with a professional.
It don't have to be with a
anybody.
professional. Like, it can be. It's great to have one if you can find a good one, like an effective one. But like the real conversations I have is with the old heads. Like, if you just sit there and just listen and don't combat.
And it got to be the right old heads.
It got to be the right old head. But if you listen to the right old head, like, you can literally learn a lot. Like, I told my girl that one day too. Like, I told my peoples one day, like, I used to sit with my neighbors. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be bored, don't want to be in the house. Go for a walk. My neighbor be on the porch. Go sit and have a conversation with my neighbor. I learned so much shit from him,
bro,
just from sitting there having conversations with him. And it's just like, I didn't think about it this way. He's like, yeah. He's like, now that I'm older, he's like, this is what I'm thinking about. I was like, he's like, because I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm retired. He was like,
now I got the time to think about all this.
Yeah, so I just sit down and think about all this, and I'm just thinking about like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never thought about it this way. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
I
I'll
find
just go
myself
back
doing that a lot more too, especially now, like in church, right? So I've been going to church a lot more within this last year or two. And my church is more like a middle-aged kind of church. Most people there are like in their 40s, 50s. Right. So older than me. And the amount of wisdom I've been soaking up by making friends with people who are older than me in my church has been life-changing. Like, whether it's your neighbors, people in church, somebody in your barber shop, family member, whoever it may be, just getting that advice from someone who has experienced more of life than you is game changing, and being open to soak it up. And then also having that level of wisdom to know, like, okay, this is the advice I'm going to keep. And this is the advice where I'm like, that might be a little shaky. Let me not go down that same path as you. But, you know, so being open to receive it, but then also having the wisdom to be like, I'm not taking all of that advice now, because you might, I don't want to be in that spot.
But you're not wrong. You're not wrong, right? So something that I've been saying a lot with everybody: take all the information. Knowledge is knowledge, no matter what it is, good or bad. But you'll just have to you have to delegate what's important, what to keep, what to take away. And even if it's something that you keep and it doesn't apply to you right now, right? You have the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You have the knowledge. So when something occurs in regards to the knowledge, the wisdom that you received, you'll be like, oh, it clicked. He said this.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? And now this is my lived experience because I'm experiencing it now.
And it's like that'd be some of the best wisdom. It's like when somebody give you some game when you was younger, and now it's like, oh man, this all makes sense. Like this is clicking now. And this wisdom is proven right by its results, man. And those results sometimes are instant, and sometimes they are down the line when you've lived enough life to really see it applied now. or
True.
applied to someone else's life. But
True.
all wisdom is good wisdom.
So one of the things that I noticed when it comes to men, right? They, without noticing, right, knowingly or
Mm,
unknowingly, they operate by the old written rules, like the scared boy written rules. You know what I'm saying? Like if I speak up, I get punished. If I need help, I'm weak. You know, like we've spoken about just recently.
yes,
Like if I'm not perfect, I'm unloved. Like things of that nature, right? Um, and we've taken that into our adulthood. We've taken that mentality to adulthood. If we don't provide enough, we're not men. You know what I'm saying? If I'm
hmm
not protecting the person that I'm with, can I really call myself a man? If I'm not providing provision, can I call myself a man?
yeah. If
You
I'm
know what
not
I'm saying?
financially stable enough,
Yeah,
if I'm not protecting enough, if I haven't met all the goals I want to meet, if I don't have the image of what a man looks like, am I really a man?
yeah.
And it's so much more to being a man than the image of being a man or the social perception of what manhood is. There's so many layers to that beyond those things.
It is. And shout out to my brother Derek because he talks about this a lot. A lot of the times when you're adult, because he's a healing journey coach. So
Awesome.
a lot of times when we're talking as adults or we're expressing things as adults, it's the inner child that's talking, right? In your adult. Like he that's the one that's really conversing with everybody and actually showing itself is the inner child. So when a man is like questioning and doubting himself if he is a man or not, it's not really the man talking,
It's that inner child.
it's that inner child. Because
Hmm
they dealt with, you know, that attack from from parents, from their parents or guardian or caretaker, whoever was raising them, if they weren't doing enough, if they weren't perfect enough, if they wasn't, listening, if they wasn't doing these things that was appointed to them, saying they received, some type of attack, whether it was verbal, physical, mental, they received some type of an attack. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because of these things. And if it happens so often, it became one their lived experience, right? And it becomes a trauma. It becomes some type of thing. So now when you are trying to operate as a grown man and you're not able to do certain things like provide, protect, and provide provision, your trigger and your traumas is just pulsating
Yeah.
because that's where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? That's where
hmm
that's coming from. And they don't realize it, right? Men don't realize it because in regards to society's norm,
The
right?
norms, man.
Yeah, the societal norm is that's what a man is supposed to do, right? In society's norm. So now they think it's okay. They think it's normal because that's what society considers or deems normal.
hmm
They don't realize that it's something that they're actually struggling with from their inner child, from the traumas that they've experienced as a kid.
And
Because
that inner child work is so important, bro. Like on so many levels. Just even doubling back to my own therapy experience. Kev, the older Kev, who was on the panel with us at the
yeah, yeah,
cookout,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? Kevin Muhammad, bro. So he was my therapist for like a little bit over a year. And I
Hmm.
met him through going to like a men's group that he ran, he
Right.
facilitated.
Welcome in, everybody.
And then, down the line, I said, hey, I'm looking for a therapist. He was like, well, if you're open to me, I could be your therapist. And I said, look at God. So, but he was
That's
he
a
was
wise
the
man, right?
first one to ever have me do some inner child work
Yeah.
and like just introduce that whole concept to me, and the amount of like different just visualization techniques and all these different things. And I did EMDR with him, and that
Mhm.
was dope. And just he allowed me to realize where everything that was bothering me now came from, and how so much of what's bothering me now in the present is something that's been bothering me since I was about 5, 10,
Yeah.
13.
Ooh.
And being able to connect those dots and realize that I'm just living out the same problem from my childhood in different ways. It's like the same game, new update. It's just reskinning the same problem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Same problem, new phase attached to it. And
yeah.
once I was able to sit down and do a lot of that inner child work, bro, self-esteem improved, confidence
Confidence.
improved, self-worth, my values, and like I was so many things that used to bother me did not bother me anymore. And now I was in a space where I felt like I could speak up for myself. I could
Hmm.
be confident. I could stand on business. I loved myself more. But it's all because I looked at that inner child, that inner Jordan, and said, hey, bro, I
It's okay.
got you. It's okay. And you're safe now. And everything after that has been easy.
Yeah,
But it starts with that inner child work.
it definitely starts. It's always gonna fall back to the inner child. And it's crazy because no matter what part of coaching that you do, right? Whether you work on confidence and discipline, whether you are the healing journey coach as Derek is, whether you know, you know what I'm saying, it's trauma, no matter what it is.
Yeah,
Everything that we work on as coaches comes back from it falls back to the inner child.
100%.
100%. Like there's nothing that we can ignore in regards to that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the self-love thing is so important for me, for everybody else, is because you need to see you, right? And not just the comfortable version that you're comfortable with, that you're walking around with all the mask and you know what I'm saying, and getting all the praises and the
Yeah.
validation,
The you
right?
that
We
you're
need to
pretending to be
yeah,
or
exactly. That
masking to be.
it's cool for a moment, right? But
Hmm.
the you that's looking in that's in the mirror that you're afraid to look at, you know what I'm saying? That you is waiting.
Yeah.
And most men are afraid of that version, right? Because the person that they are, they're getting all the validation. They're getting everything. They're
Yeah.
getting everything, right? They
Hmm.
got the good job, they got the money, they're getting all the they're getting all the women, you know what I'm saying? They're
Yep.
getting all the
All the
good stuff, right?
recognition,
All the
everything that come with
recognition.
it.
They get everything that comes with it because they don't really have to they feel like they don't really have to work hard for it. But they don't also realize that they're draining themselves. Like they're
Yes.
draining themselves constantly. It's a constant.
Going that long in life with a mask is like outwardly you may feel okay. It's like, okay, I get women like me, I'm making good money, this and that. People validate me, people love me, this many likes on my socials and all that stuff. Cool. But living life your entire life keeping up an image and represent a reputation
Hmm.
tongue tied there is draining, bro. And it's like you can fool everybody, but
But
you
you can't.
can't fool yourself, man. You could lie to everybody, you could put on a show for everybody, but you can't lie to yourself because at the end of the day, when you go home and you're by yourself, you have to
What's going
live
on,
with
Bernard?
who
Welcome
you
back.
are, right? You got to live with the reality of who you are, not who you present yourself to be when you walk out the door.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And in regards to that mask, because I actually did a show about that, you got to think about it, right? You got 7 days out of the week.
Hmm.
You got 7 days out of the week. You're not wearing that same mask each
Every
day.
day,
You're not.
24/7.
Switching.
No.
You're switching out masks to what looks good,
To whatever the moment calls.
right? You
If
know
I
what I'm
gotta
saying?
show up
'Cause
this way in this moment, I'm gonna do it. If I gotta flip to something else in that moment, I'm gonna do it. But none of them end up really being you.
no, Bernard, we're not even related, bro. He said, "Y'all brothers are twins."
It's the
You know what I'm
beard.
saying? It's the beard.
It's the beard.
Definitely the beard. No, yeah, because think about the mask, man. Like you gotta I think about it when people were wearing a mask and think about a shelf that they're just snatching this shit off of. Like,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm putting this is Monday, I'm gonna wear this for Monday, wear this for Tuesday, wear this for Wednesday, wear this for Thursday, wear this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know what? I'm gonna wear Monday on Wednesday today. I'm gonna wear Wednesday on
I'm gonna
Friday
switch
today.
it up.
I'm gonna switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like how do you feel? You said your sister seemed she said her sister said the same thing.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? But no, like it's like there's no way that you feel like you're okay. There's
Yeah.
no way
No,
that you're okay.
absolutely not, bro.
Like because
Absolutely not.
it's like because when I was wearing the mask, right? And I'm gonna be real honest with you guys, be real transparent
Hey,
with you guys.
that's what we love.
I enjoyed being negative. Okay. When I was being negative, I enjoyed every second of it.
Mhm.
I enjoyed the chaos because I was not thinking about the people that was being affected.
He said, I love the toxicity.
I did. I did. I enjoyed every second of it. I'm being real with y'all. I enjoyed every second of it. Every
Mhm.
single part of that was amazing to me, right? Because that's what I was intentional about. You, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Which is part of why people stay that way. It don't
Exactly.
all the way feel terrible.
Like, you know what I'm saying? At that moment, it doesn't, because that's the only thing that you know. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's normal to you compared to what everybody else is seeing. Everybody else is like, nah, I don't want to be around this motherfucker because this, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I don't like his energy. But
Said,
to
I don't
me,
really like that guy.
I'm cool. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's normal to me because it's my lived experience. It's something that I do all the time. Are we considered a mask as our character? I mean, yeah, in a sense. It's a character that you create.
Mhm.
It's a persona that you created. You know what I'm saying? You created that persona because you yourself are afraid of being authentic or don't know how to be authentic. You know what I'm saying? And in order to be authentic, you have to go through your journey of healing, because
That's a
you
fact.
have to go through the process of learning the lessons and the experiences that you need in order to grow. And if you're not doing that, then all you're doing is wearing a mask.
Hey, and keeping up with the transparency about mask and like characters, bro. So, right, everybody who just tuning in, as you can see, my name is Jordan Smith, right? But my nickname is Smitty. And that started in high school playing football, but like there was no real thing to it, right? People
Right.
who play football with me, my teammates, they call me Smitty. I get into college, everybody starts to call me Smitty because my teammates are so everyone at that university, and I've gained a certain level of popularity within that university. And I'm like, okay, everybody knows me as this. People don't even know my first name. Like
Right.
graduated with
You
some
know,
people,
just
they're
say-
like, they don't even know who Jordan is. And when I talk about character, like there was Jordan, which was who I really was, who I was raised to be, part of that inner child. And then there was Smitty, right? And
Mhm.
Smitty was the person who was showing up, chasing women, drinking, smoking, partying, getting involved in a lot of things that I didn't need to be involved in, illegal stuff, like so many things that just were not who I showed up to that university as,
Right.
but got so caught up in the character because people liked this person, right?
Mhm.
Not everybody liked Jordan growing up, but everybody
Right.
loved Smitty. So I said,
Right.
oh, I'm leaning into this, right? Woman loves Smitty. Smitty got a bunch of friends, a great friend group. Smitty get a lot of love. Jordan didn't get all that.
Yeah.
So once I started getting that, I'm like, I leaned into that character who at the core of it was not who I really was.
Right.
And there was always that pull, and talk about when you get in those moments by yourself, right? When it was all said and done after the party, da 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 da. And those moments when I'd be in the dorm by myself, I'd be like, man, something about this don't feel right. And I couldn't put words to it because I didn't have that understanding.
Yeah.
But I knew there was a pull, like, yo, bro, this isn't really you, right? Like, this isn't how you really live. Like when you're not on campus and you go home, this ain't really you.
Right.
So I would get to school and get into character, and I love that character. But
Mhm.
then when you graduate and there's no room to be that character anymore, who are you? Right. So then I struggled with that coming out of college, and time passes. And then I finally, like, you know, really got back into who I was.
Mhm.
But it was because of therapy. Therapy helped me to tap back into who Jordan really was. And now Smitty is just a nickname. It's not a character I
Yeah.
jump into anymore. But that
At
stuff
least
is
you know
very real, bro.
it is. It is very real. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of like I know some people still call me Manny, right? Because my name is Emmanuel, but Manny was that kid that was jumping in the fights,
Hmm.
making showing up for his boys, making sure that they had some backup. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like they wasn't going into the
Something
situation
going
alone
down and
type of
pulling up.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like no matter what the circumstances is, I'm pulling up. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna handle what we gotta handle, and then we're gonna get out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would be down for whatever. Like, and that was
Hmm.
me. But the moment I had kids, that shit
Looked a little different.
stopped.
Looked a little different now.
Stopped altogether. Because and I lost a lot of friends after I had my son. Just what it was, right? I wasn't hey Mika. I wasn't the person that was fun anymore. I wasn't the person that could just pull up and get into fights and do all these wild things that I was doing. I wasn't the wild Haitian kid anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had a son. I had my boy. You know what I'm saying? I
You
couldn't
got something different to protect now.
I couldn't be out here at all. Like, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like at
It's
all. I
different
ended,
now.
you know
Life
what I'm
different.
saying? And I was a different kid too, because I had a job at 16, 15. I was working. You know what I'm saying? But I was still doing wild shit. But I had a job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it was just like I was just reckless. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was reckless, and I was reckless. I was so clean with the recklessness that my mom didn't know none about this shit.
Bro, you start
Like, you
getting
know what
good
I'm
at
saying?
it.
You
You
like you
start getting good at it.
facts. Like, you know what I'm saying? The only people that really knew about it was my sister because her friends used to like watch me while I'm in the street and shit like that. They'd be like, "Yo, I seen your brother go." Da, 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 da." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
they'll call her and be like, "Yo, dude, your brother's out here wilding." Da, 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 da."
Said,
Like, you
please
know what
come
I mean?
get him.
Do you want me
Yeah,
to take him home? Like, like, do
yeah.
you want me to just throw him in the car and take him home, like kidnap me type shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's like after when you think about all like you could laugh at it now, right? But before it was a serious situation. Like I could
Mhm.
have easily got into a situation where I'm no longer here.
Bro,
Like, you know what I'm
likewise.
saying?
Likewise.
So it's like when I reflect on these things and all the things that I've been through, and now me having a 16-year-old, right? I'm I worry a little bit
Mhm.
because these YNs are something different.
They don't play, bro. Don't
Like,
nobody fight no more.
there's no rules.
They got guns and switches.
That's it. So people
Ain't
change
nobody
who you are.
fighting.
Some people can change who you are easily.
Yeah,
If you don't know yourself enough, you can easily get influenced by other
hey,
people's
bad
behaviors
company corrupts good character
every time.
every
You know what
time.
I'm saying? So it's definitely possible, Bernard, for that to happen. And that was my lived experience. I mean, I was wiser than everybody. So I moved a little bit different, hence why I don't have a criminal record. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
That's
Because
part of
I
why
moved,
you get good at it, bro.
yeah,
When
because like
when you
I
got
was
that wisdom mixed with a bunch of I'm not supposed to be doing this. Yeah.
Ye
Mhm.
listen, it was one of those and it was one of those things, like, I knew my intuition before my intuition knew me type of thing.
Mm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I can recognize when something's about to go left and I'll be like, "Yo, we shouldn't be doing this." Like,
Yeah.
and then they be like, "Nah, we're gonna do it." And I'm like, "Fuck it. Alright, let's do it."
Don't try and let God try
Like
and give you a second chance, bro.
like
God was trying to get you out the streets.
yeah, man. So it's just like, but me being the person that I was, where I was sort of easily influenced, right? Because I wanted friends. You know what I'm saying? I was the
Bro,
kid that was always
yeah.
getting bullied. Literally.
Looking for
So
belonging.
right. So now I have people that actually rock with me, and they're all in my neighborhood. It's not like they're far away; they're close proximity type shit. So it's like, all right, I can go down the street and go to this house, go down the street to go to that house. This other house is around the
Mhm.
corner. Like,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? And our school is down the street. So it's like we're
Everything
all in
easy.
close, very easy. So it's just like after I had my son, I'm just like, I gotta change. Like things have to change. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And it took, I want to say it took after I had my second one for me to really dive into that change and be completely honest with you. Cause I was still kind of struggling and trying to find my footing. Right. And but when I had my second son, I was just like, This has to stop
Yeah.
now."
Yeah.
Like,
'Cause I had a lot to lose before. Now I got too much to lose.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying?
I
So
gotta
it's
figure
just
this
like
out.
I gotta figure this out. Like this has to there's some changes that have to be made. And I went ahead and made some changes, man. Like and you know, some came with being isolated and not having anybody because
Mhm.
I was such a different person. Some came with meeting new people that were pretty much on the same path as me, and we kind of grew together, which is a rarity, right? It doesn't really that really doesn't
Bro.
happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And those people I'm still cool with till this day. But there was a lot. I lost a lot. I gained a lot, and I had to be okay with all of it because what can I do?
Mhm.
I'm just gonna revert back to old shit if I don't.
And you gotta be willing to lose things along the way.
Yeah.
I think sometimes that's a big barrier to change for a lot of people because it's like, man, okay, if I become this new person, will the old people still accept me? And sometimes you know that they won't. And
Oh,
it's
you know
like
for a fact that they won't.
I don't you don't want that conflict. So it's like, nah, I'd rather just chill. But when you're the people you lose along the way to becoming a better person, it's not really a loss, right? It's just
No,
life
it's not.
sifting these people away, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody can go with you where you are trying to go. Sometimes the only reason you haven't got where you are trying to go is because these people are still attached to you. Sometimes you got to let that stuff fall off of you naturally, man. And stepping into that next space sometimes means stepping away from all of these circles that are too familiar to you.
Yeah.
It's hard to grow on a spot that's too familiar to you.
It's
Because,
hard to step out of it, period. But it
yes,
is it's yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
And familiarity breeds comfort. Familiarity breeds so much comfort. And when you want to be different, it requires you to be uncomfortable, as you know, because everything about experiencing something new is a little bit uncomfortable, even on the smallest of levels. It's like when you go from grade school to high school, right? It's a
Hmm.
little bit uncomfortable first day. You in a new building, there's new people, you got to figure out where the new classroom is. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but once
Right.
you figure it out, you're not even tripping over what you left behind in middle school. You're not tripping off of it. You're in a
No.
new spot. Same thing going from high school to college or from one neighborhood to another neighborhood. Transitions are difficult. Stepping into new spaces in life, new seasons in life are difficult. But once you get adjusted to it, you're not going to trip over them things you lost. You're going to wonder why you even held on to it so long.
No facts, and it. I know for me, leaving high school wasn't really much of a bother for me. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Some people be ready to get out.
Because I think it's because I had my son in high school.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So my whole life was completely changed. So it's like the things that you would think about and you would worry about leaving high school, I wasn't worried about because I had my son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You had a
saying?
different set of priorities.
I had a way like I had the priorities of an adult
Mhm.
before I became an adult. So it's like I'm not worried about none of this shit that y'all worried about. Like, like you know what I'm
All
saying?
that stuff y'all tripping on don't matter, bro.
Don't matter to me at
So I have
all.
a
Like
child to raise.
all the partying and the smoking and the hanging out, all that. I don't care about none of that. I can easily quit that cold turkey and I'll be fine. Like you know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
my I got my son. Like he's my lifeline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In regards to making sure that I do what's necessary. And there was work that was done. It just wasn't the complete amount of work where he would be able to learn that what he needed from me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's learning more from me now than he would have as a child.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that he's 16 and he can comprehend things a little bit better, and I'm in a better space mentally, right?
Yeah, to be able to pass that wisdom on to him and to be able to teach
Exactly.
him and guide him. Yeah.
Because before anger,
Mhm.
frustration, and rage.
Yes.
That's all that was there, right? So what am I teaching him with anger, frustration, and rage? I'm not teaching him shit.
Nothing.
Nothing.
If anything, you
But
teach them the wrong thing.
exactly. So I just I became the sensitive parent.
Mm.
I became the vulnerable parent. I let them be independent in their actions and their behaviors, just like me and their mom agreed, and they made their decisions on their own, right? And we were there to delegate and give guidance when guidance was necessary. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? That gave me the room to work on myself because I didn't have to be a helicopter dad because of how we were raising them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it gave me the opportunity to be like, all right, there's certain things that I can focus on. Let me focus on this thing. Do. Focus on this, go to therapy, get the help that I need. Right.
Yeah.
So because they had the level of independence that most children don't have. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
that's a rarity on its own because that
No,
made
it
it
is.
easier. Bernard, I'll answer your question in just a moment. Um, but yeah, it made it easier, right? So now that I have this room, this level of space where I can actually dive into what I need to focus on, I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? And I did the best that I could with the time that I had. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
You
saying?
maximized the time you had and made
A
something
hundred
of it.
percent, a
You
hundred
made
percent.
something of it. And that's
Because
the important piece.
even when I had them, right? Because there was a couple of years where they were with me. You know what I'm saying? Where I was working, going to school, and taking care of them. I was
Mhm.
working full time, going to school full time, working two full time jobs at that. So I was working two full time jobs, going to school and taking care of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, when did I really have the time to focus on me?
Yeah. You
You know
don't.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Any
don't.
free time you had was going into being a father.
That's it.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? So it's just like when me and their mom came to that agreement of, when she gets her footing, she could take the kids. Go ahead. You
Yeah.
did you did exactly what you said you was gonna do. So take them. I'm not gonna fight you on it because that's what we agreed on. So it gave me the opportunity to go back to focusing on what I needed to focus on, which was healing. Now, in the process, there was some tough times because I lost my nephew. I lost one of my brothers, like, my brother from
Yeah.
another mother. There was a lot of things that came in between, which kind of derailed my healing journey, right? But I got back on track after that. But that's what it looks like for men. We literally have to force ourselves to work on ourselves because we have
Yeah.
responsibilities on top of responsibilities on top of being responsible for ourselves. Like, you know
Yes.
what I'm
It's
saying?
like this,
Like,
then this, then this. And
right.
most people fall off when it gets to the being responsible for yourselves part,
That part.
right?
That
It's
part.
like, okay, my kids are straight, family straight, job is good, roof over my head, food in the fridge.
Hmm.
And then by that time, you don't have the energy to
No.
focus on yourself or to care about yourself. So it's like you have to be super intentional about taking that time to pour into yourself and care for yourself, because it's so easy to just not have the time, or to not make the time, or to be so caught up in everything else that life throws at you. And granted, all of these things are important, but you're important too. And a
Right.
lot of men stop seeing themselves as important and just see themselves as someone who just shows up to get things done. But
Yeah.
like, you're so much more than just showing up and providing. You're also a human being that has needs that need to be met. And you got to meet them for yourself first before anybody else can do it for you.
Right. And a lot and and this is the tough part, right? So we talked about the little boy that shows up as an adult. The majority of time of you being an adult and making decisions, right? You're fighting between your inner child
Yeah,
and being a functioning adult. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're fighting these demons. I call it a demon at the time because that's what it was to me. That's what it felt like
that's what it
because
was feeling like.
I
And
didn't know
sometimes it is.
I
It's
didn't
like,
know it was little Emmanuel talking to me the whole time. I didn't realize that. I thought I was just
mhm.
struggling with some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, damn, like, what am I doing here? Like, what is it
What
like?
is really going on?
What's going on? Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like, when I finally got that revelation, boy, let me tell you. He said Justin Bieber "Love Yourself" pops in the head. Not
not Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber's wild.
Justin Bieber also need to love himself too, man.
Yeah, Justin
I'll
Bieber
be
going through
praying
his
for that
own.
man.
Yeah,
He had a life.
prayers for the Biebs, man.
He had a life.
Because he
Oh
did.
man.
But no, honestly, like when you think about these things, man, and you first start reflecting on all of this, you're just like, what are we doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where we go from here?
Mhm.
So I want to debunk this whole society norm nonsense. I want to today. We're gonna stop that.
Yes,
2025 society's norm don't work.
they don't. They don't.
They don't,
The old
right?
society norms and the current ones, none of them work.
They don't
No.
work, right? Because the society's norm is also tied to the biblical traditional home, right? It's tied to that. And unfortunately, the economy today, unless you making over
Oh
two
man.
thousand, 300,000 a year,
Hey, economy
you
is jacked up, brother.
I'm just saying, there's
There's a
nothing
lot of people
traditional.
making six figures that's still broke. That used to be the sweet spot where it's like, yo, if I could get to six figures, I'm
Yo,
good.
making 100K. I
No,
know people
you
making
still
100K
not
that's
good.
struggling. People making 100K that's struggling right now.
100K check to check. Crazy.
How is that even possible?
Only in America.
Only in America. You know what I'm saying? So this whole conversation of traditional men, traditional men, traditional men, like that shit gotta stop. Because if you're talking about the mindset of a traditional man, I can understand the mindset. But but the actual
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it just doesn't work, right?
And being able to expand upon what like traditional man meant, because a lot of people look at traditional man and I think of my grandfather, right? My
Right,
grandfather, you know, worked, and my grandmother didn't have to work if she didn't want to, right? There was a period
right,
of time where she didn't have to work if she didn't want to. My grandfather paid all the bills and made sure everything was straight, brought home the bacon, as they would say. And right, like it's great to be a provider, but my grandfather missed the emotional provision part. He
Talk
majored in the
about it.
financial provision,
Talk
missed
about
the
it.
emotional provision. And then as a protector, right? Physically, everybody was protected, but like, were you spiritually protected? Probably not. Were you emotionally protected? Probably not.
Probably not.
Mentally protected? Probably not. There's so much more to that than what people think. They just think about financial and like, am I physically safe?
Right.
But when you choose a partner who is protecting you in these ways, it also has to be, are they protecting your emotions, right? Are they explosive with you? Do they value your opinion? Do they take the time to be gentle with you and listen to you speak? Do they create a safe space for you where you feel like you have a voice and that your voice
Right.
matters?
Right.
All of these things matter. And there's so many spaces where not just men, but women also fail in these spaces, right? Because it's got to be reciprocal. It can't just be one person carrying that entire load. Like you said, it don't work in 2025. We have to be able to do these things for each other. There's got to be even exchange in a relationship. And sometimes somebody might carry a little bit more, but when it's their time, you might carry a little bit more.
Right.
But it's so much more to provide and protect than just physically protecting somebody and
And
financially
financially.
providing.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
much more to it.
Bernard said, "What's the definition of a traditional man now in this time and age? There is no such thing.
And this time, I don't know.
There's no
And
thing.
this time, I don't know.
I can't honestly say I've ever met any.
Everything is non-traditional now. Everybody trying to be an influencer. So
So the way that
ain't
I
nothing
look at it,
traditional no
right?
more.
If a man is gonna embody the traditional man's role that was created, right, for men, he's not gonna make it to his 50s, maybe 60s in today's day and age.
It's gonna be a lot of burnout.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna
A
burn
lot of
himself
burnout.
out before he's ready to really be burned out. And that's just my honest opinion, right? It's not any statistics or anything that I've looked up. It's just my visual on how I see the world is right now and the economy is. If a man decided to take on every responsibility a man's supposed to take that they would take back then, whoo, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That boy's gonna be burnt out before he's ready to be burnt out.
Yeah. Yeah. That idea of just a one income household don't exist no more. At least not the way it used to.
No,
Right. Because my grandfather was able to do that. My grandfather didn't graduate high school. Right. And was able to do that for my
right.
grandmother.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do that now. And I graduated college. Like it's just the times have shifted,
Got
brother.
a whole
It's
master's degree. Whole master's
whole one. Can't
like
do cannot do
can't
what
even-
my grandfather was doing with a grade school education. Can't do it,
right.
man.
It's tough. Like you gotta have all types of streamline of income coming in, like from everywhere, in order to even exist. Right.
Yes.
In Rhode Island, I seen the lowest income for living, and I don't even know if children were involved. $68,000.
That's probably as a single individual. Yeah.
$68,000. The highest was 100K.
Hmm. There's no state where minimum wage is going to be enough for you to
This
survive as a
small,
single individual.
like think about it. This small ass state.
Hmm.
Like,
Connecticut
you
ain't
know what I'm
much
saying?
bigger.
Like, think about it. The state that you can get from one side to another within like an hour and some change.
Hmm.
Okay, 100,000
That's what's needed to just survive, to be
to
all right.
make to show to have a decent space and survive, and
Yeah.
that doesn't include kids. I'm sure it doubles if you have children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
So
better make it work with whoever you have kids with. This is, you can't afford not to, literally.
I'm just saying.
You
Right?
literally cannot afford not to.
Hold on, Damian just hit me up.
Yeah.
Facebook. Let me send him the link real quick. Get him up here. But no, it's one of those things like you have to, yeah, Bernard, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like look where you currently live, right? Where you currently live. If you look up the cost of living, right, it will tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
And
you
when
know
in
what I'm
doubt, just
saying?
ask ChatGPT. They'll break it down for you, bro.
That too. You
It's
know what I'm saying? Like, just like look up the
you
cost of
need too
living in
much
your
money.
area, and you tell me if you can be a traditional man in that and where you live.
Yeah. And I think the national average rent price in America is $2,000. National average for a
Yeah,
1 bedroom. Dangerous.
it's
Most
wild.
people don't make enough for that.
Now think about you in Philly. He's in Philly. All right. You know what? Let's do that. Let's look it up. Why not?
Let's get the numbers. We got the
Yeah. Let's.
technology. Let's
You
do
know
it.
what I'm saying? Philly's cost of living. So the cost of living in Philly is approximately 5% to 11% higher than the national average,
Jesus.
largely due to housing costs. Hold on, he's coming in.
Not 11% higher.
There you go. Whenever you're ready to turn your camera on, bro, you can turn your camera on and turn your mic on, bro. All right.
That's a bet.
Um.
I'm letting you know. My fault. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm letting you know I'm finna go into the house right now. I'm on the phone, but I want to make this as professional as possible. So I'm about to go in there and hop on the laptop right now, fellas.
Okay, I'm gonna hide you real
Appreciate you,
quick
bro.
while you're doing that.
That's a bet.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can. Can I minimize them? I don't know if I. There we go.
There we go.
Perfect. All right. So largely due to housing costs to live comfortably in Philadelphia is recommended to make at least $86,000.
86 for a single individual. Insane, bro.
There's not enough people in the world that even make that even touch that, or seen that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I only get disability. A lot of people probably living together out here. Yeah,
Nah,
like
that's
think
a
about
fact.
people. That's a fact.
You need a
Think,
roommate or
think
you
about
have
people in New
your
York.
significant other, whatever.
Think about people in New York. If you're not in a relationship and you got close friends, family that you can live with, man, you better go live with them. I don't fault nobody for even moving back with their parents.
Bro, it's understandable.
Do it. If you have to do it, do it.
It's a sign of the times. I promise you, it's not a reflection on you.
No, it's not. It's a reflection of what this economy is looking like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just a struggle. If y'all can buy a family house together and pay that shit off, do that.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Pay
Do
something
that.
off and keep it in the family, bro.
Yeah, like, and then pass that shit down. You know what I'm saying? Generation to generation, keep the house fixed, keep the house maintained. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is pay taxes on it.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? The economy
And
right
that
now
way,
sucks.
anytime somebody need a spot to start over, they got that because you got that
Exactly.
family in the household.
We
But
have actually some one of my aunts in New York. Her house is paid off, and that's
yeah,
exactly what happened. That's the house everybody goes to.
bro, it'd be like that.
You know what I'm saying? That would be the house everybody would go to, like in New York. Like everybody was struggling or something, like they'll go over there. Like, you know
Yo,
what I'm saying?
you in between a job, just need a little something. 90 days till you figure it out.
You just
However
do what
long till you figure it out.
you do what she asks you to do, and that's it. Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And you got a
respect the
place to
home.
stay. Period. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things. And that's the reason why people don't want to do it. Because they don't like
Yeah,
being told what to do.
go back to humbling yourself, man. You know, you got to be in a position. You can't dictate when you're not in a position to dictate.
That part.
You know, and you gonna ruin an opportunity to get back on your feet by trying to be so in control of what your life look like, when I come, when I go, what I do, how I live, how I move, how I act. You're gonna ruin a lot of opportunities, bro, and
No, you are.
prolong this season that you in when you could have just got out of it by hold your head down, do what you need to do, and get up out of there.
Yeah, definitely. I got a question for you.
Talk to me.
So when it comes to vulnerability, how do you react when you feel vulnerable? Right? It's it's two-part question.
Okay.
And then the second part is where does that reaction usually come from, or where does it originate from when it happens?
I think now I react to vulnerability with an open mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I think before I got to the space that I'm in now, being vulnerable made me feel super uncomfortable. It made me feel exposed and almost kind of like
Okay.
weak in a way.
Mm-hmm.
for lack of a better word right now, because I can't
Right,
think of a
right,
different word. But I
right.
felt exposed and I felt weak, and a lot of that came from almost embarrassed. That might be part of it too. Like when I would feel vulnerable, like I would feel exposed, or I feel like someone's seeing the real me or seeing a piece of me I didn't want them to see. I almost felt embarrassed,
Okay.
and then that embarrassment, because I didn't know how to describe it or process it,
Hmm.
always showed itself as anger in a younger age.
You see what I'm talking about?
Always showed itself as anger.
We just talked about that too before we even came live. We were just talking about that the number
Hmm.
one emotion that men lead to is
Yeah,
anger.
because I didn't know how to verbalize or put words to everything else I was feeling.
Hmm.
So when you don't know what else to feel, you feel anger.
You get frustrated.
You
Like,
get frustrated. I used to be that kid that will punch a hole in the wall, right? I used to be that kid that will punch a person. You know what I'm saying? So everything would eventually run into anger. Now I'm older and I can look back on it and it's like, no, I wasn't mad. I was embarrassed,
yeah,
or I was scared, or I was disappointed even, right? My
fear plays a role.
disappointment would, and it would lead to anger, and that would lead to suspensions and getting kicked out the house and all them other things. But now I meet vulnerability with an open mind, right? Like now I'm
Yeah.
an open book, between podcast episodes every day or every Monday, right? And I get on there and I share pieces of myself, and I've been doing it now 5 years, right? I get on a live with you, or we do
Hmm.
the mental health cookout.
Yeah.
I get up there and you can ask me anything about my life and I'll share it with you,
Great
right?
experience, by the way, guys. Hopefully, you guys
So
next summer.
bro, hopefully we can take it to Rhode Island, bro. That's the goal, man. I'm
I'm
trying to
looking
figure out this
forward to it.
funding. But
I'm down for it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We just have to have conversations with the community leaders up here.
yeah,
See what we can do. You know what I'm
that's the
saying?
goal, man. I'm trying to do this thing everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, vulnerability now is nothing. I'll tell anybody anything about me because there's so much strength in my story now.
Yeah.
There's no shame I feel anymore. Now it's like, yeah, this happened to me. This is my life. This is what I experienced. Look who I am now.
Right.
And
And it's crazy. It's crazy
that's
that you
it.
say that. It's crazy that you say that because a lot of people would be like, a lot of people that know me now, they'll be like, yo, nothing bothers you.
If you've seen what we've been through,
Like,
not too much else gonna bother
you
me now.
like
I done
if you
seen
got
too
you
much.
said you gotta see my lived experience. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that
You seen
shit.
all the things brothers had to process.
I don't think like you guys would get lost in my head.
Hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Somebody asked me the other day, they was like, if you can clone yourself, would you? I said no.
Would I do that?
Absolutely not. And the reason why the reason what I
I
gave
don't
him
know.
was the reason. This is the reason what I gave him. This is the reason that I gave. I said, the person that I am now, it took a lot of work to get here,
Mm,
right? The person that's being suppressed because of the work that I have would probably be the thing that's cloned.
mm.
And that's a dangerous individual to be walking the earth.
You know what? I like that answer. I
Like,
have nothing else to say to that. I
yeah,
wouldn't clone myself either. How about
because
that?
like you know what I'm saying? Because
I
I'm
wouldn't
like,
clone me either.
because ain't no way that you're about to clone the person that I am now. You're because that's gonna be kind of hard to do because it took work for me to get here. You're gonna try to take the easy route when you're cloning me.
Hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna clone somebody, you're gonna take the easy route. So the easiest route to do is to clone the person that I was before, the person that enjoyed the chaos and the toxicity. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The outdated model. We're gonna
Right.
clone
The
that
one
one.
exactly. The one that causes all types of grief and pain
Chaos and
and
havoc.
chaos in everybody's life. You're gonna breed that person because you're not gonna breed the person I am now. Your
Hmm.
fucking system will malfunction. Like because all the work that I put in to be this person.
He said we can't
Like
replicate this. We just
at
can't do it.
all. At
Yeah.
all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and something that I told my lady, and I've told other people this too. I said the person that she's with, nobody's ever been with.
Yo.
Nobody.
Yo.
I've never been in a relationship with anybody with the person that I am today besides her. So
Yeah.
nobody can say that they know me because they don't.
And I would say that same thing to my ex when we were together, bro. And I would be like, listen, the version of you see before you now, there was a very different version before, right? And you're blessed to see this version of me and not the old. You wouldn't have liked the old version of me. I don't like the old version of
We
me.
probably
I
wouldn't even be
accept who
talking.
that is. Brother, no. Not at all. Bro, I'll be outside right now.
Oh,
But
hold on, I got you, Dame.
come on in.
Let me see if you in. Did I get you in here? Let me see. I don't know if it popped you in here or not. Dame, just jump up and jump back in. Oh, matter of fact, hold on. There we go.
There you go.
Oh,
What's up, fellas?
what's going on,
Tell me something good.
man? Listen, so we went down a rabbit hole. I ain't gonna lie to you. But
We went a lot of different places for
we
sure.
went a lot of different places, but the topic itself was the boy inside the man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we kind of dove into just understanding like the emotional aspect, the child, showing up in the adult, while as an adult, and a lot of us operating as adults, you know what I'm saying, is the child pretty much running the show.
That
Like
makes sense.
in regards to that. And then we kind of dove into kind of our story and the things that we kind of gone through, right? And the healing and the growth, right? And the journey itself. And there's been a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, kind of talk about that for you, man. You're jumping in here, just introduce yourself to everybody, what you about, what you do.
What's up, world? How everybody doing? First off, shout out to the host, shout out to the panel, shout out to y'all too for doing what y'all do, because it ain't easy to do what we do, and we don't get credit for what we do. Let's
For
start there.
For sure.
What I do is I try to be an example of what mental health really looks like, because a lot of people feel like showing up all the time is the strength of mental health. No, sometimes going into retreat is the real answer that you need, because
Mhm.
if you lash out at everything that comes, then that boy who's inside that man is going to be doing all the work, and the man ain't going to ever understand that there is work to be done. So
Enough.
just to bring that into what y'all was speaking about. But what I do is I try to let men and women know that we both speak in the same language. We're just using different words and different vernacular, if that makes any sense. So that's what my whole thing is. Like, I like to let people know we all right. We just got to see that there's a right and being wrong also. So sometimes the best growth comes from the broken bones. That's a little bit about me.
Hey, brother, you done came in here and dropped 10 life lessons in 30 seconds, man. we gotta connect.
Hey, I'm down.
For sure.
I'm down. If you good with that guy, you great with me.
Hey, likewise,
I appreciate
man.
that. I appreciate that. Listen, it's just a journey, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a journey. And for us men, we can't take the route that most people want us to take, right? Because we don't all come from the same background. So our route and our journey is gonna always look different. But we end up going to the same finish line, right? It's always going to be the same finish line, or trying to lead to the same finish line, or the same tunnel, right? We end up running into the same tunnel if you actually put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna see. Like, if I met Jordan back then when I did my journey, I'm sure probably I would have seen him at the finish line. I would have seen him at the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? I would have seen Dame at the tunnel. If you know what I'm saying, if anything, I probably seen Jordan at the tunnel, because it's 5 years. We both been doing this for 5 years. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've been doing this for a minute. So it's just like, I'm sure the tunnel would have definitely ran across if I would have left Rhode Island for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, it's all important, right? Like, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the in between. Like, it's all important. And I challenge men to go through this journey, right? The person that comes out on the other side is an amazing individual, right? The most powerful thing a man can have is balance. Most powerful thing a man can have is balance. And if you can find balance within yourself, can't nobody stop you. There's not a person on this earth that can stop you if you can find balance, because they can't use your pain against you, because this is your lived experience. You already know what that feels like. So you've already experienced the pain. So they can't use that against you even if they tried, right? So when you look for the peace and you're looking for the positivity, being the fact that you already experienced the chaos, for me in any way, and for my example, I've already experienced all chaos. I lived it. That was my lived experience. I knew exactly what it looked like, how it felt, all the pains, all the good and the bads, right?
Mhm.
I didn't want it anymore. So now I was just looking for peace.
Yeah.
And that's what created my balance, because I already had everything else. I already experienced everything else. Now that I was able to find peace, find my serenity, right? What can anybody do to damage me now that I have that? They can't do anything to hurt me. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, not they can't do anything to hurt me. They can't use my past against me, because I've already made faced with my past.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They can't use my present against me, because my present is nothing but peace.
Hmm. They can't weaponize your
They can't
vulnerability neither,
weaponize
man.
anything anymore,
Mm.
right? Because I made the decision to weaponize it myself, to heal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I beat myself up enough. I made myself ashamed, right? I abandoned the person that I was to become the person that I am.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the overall goal.
Hey, say that line again, brother, because I feel like people might have missed that.
Oh,
You said
you heard that? I abandoned the person that I was to become the person that I am.
come on.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the goal, to make myself uncomfortable, to the point where the person that I was felt so uncomfortable that they moved out the way.
That's real.
I love it. Throw that on a t-shirt.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Like,
that's real, man. And as you keep doing that work, bro, the old you becomes so much less of your identity,
facts,
and
Bernard.
you start to like, you get to a point where it's painful to try to be like the old you, right? Like you physically start to reject who that person was. It's not even in you to live in that way anymore, that you have to continue to pursue the healing. you
Yeah.
you you get to a certain point in a healing journey where it's like you can never turn back.
Right.
That's real.
What you got for us,
That's real.
Dave?
I'm letting y'all cook. I'm letting y'all cook. Y'all been cooking for an hour and 12 minutes. I can't come in here and put my recipe in the pot. I'm
Nah,
letting
we
y'all
need,
cook.
we need. No, go ahead. Throw something in there. Throw something in there. What you
No,
got?
I mean everything y'all saying is real. Like there's multiple ways to tell the truth, but there's only one way to tell the truth where it actually hits that person who listening. So that's why I'm just listening. And even with me, like I like the analogy you used about the tunnel. And that tunnel, people think that when you get close to that finish line, that tunnel gets smaller. No, it gets wider because more people are in the back falling off. So
Mm-hmm.
you actually start to get more breathing space, more elbow space, more elbow room. So yeah, I think that's why us three are here right now. Not saying it's only us three, but right
Yeah.
now it's only us three, if that makes sense. The
That makes
people who
sense.
listening, they listen to us three.
Yeah.
So, and it's like I said before, like you were doing your thing on that other place and I was doing my thing on the other place. And look at how that all these people who were doing it, now most of these people done fell off. They talking about other stuff. And now you and I, like that tunnel wider, but the messages needs to be displayed more now than ever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
But
absolutely.
some people were just here for some people was here for the good time of the dopamine hit of Men's Mental Health Month, saying how much men's mental health means. But when 12:01 a.m. hit that clock and the next month rolled in, it was time to talk
They
about
said, yeah,
something
we
else.
on to the next trending topic.
Yeah,
We
we're
on
on
to
to the
that
next
next
trending
thing.
topic. Not to
Yeah,
mention
no,
how
that's
men's mental
facts.
health is shared with 15 other events and holidays that need to be, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's quite unfortunate that men's mental health still gets swept under the rug. It's like that analogy I used the other day. I don't know if you've seen it, about 10 centimeters and 9 millimeters. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
all it takes. That's all it takes. But nah, y'all cooking. I'm learning.
Hey.
I'm learning.
And we learning from you, bro.
Listen, funny story, right? So me and Dame, we linked up because of my co-host, right? Anthony. Well, we call him Hormiga, but his name is Anthony. I seen Ant on there with him, and I was like, okay, this is look like a good vibe in here. You know what I'm saying? Let me stick around. Let me see what the talk is about. And then I jumped on. I jumped on and then we had the conversation. We all linked up. And then he told me, which I never knew this until he told me, that he seen me as competition.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah.
Because of what I was, because we doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I didn't know that, me personally, because I feel like there's room for everybody, right?
Right.
In what we're doing. I talked to you about that, Jordan, when we were before we went live, that I've collabed with plenty of people on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely see you collaborating with a lot of people on there.
You know what I'm saying? I've collabed with plenty of people within the 5 years. I've to the point where I've had individuals that now have their own platform from collabing with me. You know what I'm saying? And not to toot my own horn, but there wasn't many people doing the mental health thing before I started doing it. There wasn't too many people doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I looked, I searched. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't find
There's
many
still
people.
not enough people doing
You know
it.
what I'm saying? I didn't really
Yeah.
see anybody really doing it the way that I was doing it, with the transparency and being honest with what I was struggling with and the things that were, you know what I'm saying, my journey and whatnot. So meeting Dame, I'm like, he's doing exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it the same exact way. Like same exact, like to the T, like saying everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so how the fuck are we competition? That's what was going on in my head. Because I'm like, there's
Right.
no way that we could be competition if we're doing the same exact thing in the same exact way. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's impossible.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? When he explained it to me, I was like, okay, it makes sense. I was like, okay, it makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? It makes
Not
sense.
competition in like a traditional sense, maybe, but you know, somewhere along the lines.
Yeah, I was just like, it's like, and I told Jordan, and I told T too. I said, I'm tired of TikTok. Like, I'm ready to call it quits on there. Like,
Man.
I'm at that point. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I've done all I can do there, right? And if I could pass the torch to anybody, it's gonna be him. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be him because he's doing exactly what's necessary on there right now. You know what I'm saying? And there's nobody I could say that's better that I've met, you know what I'm saying, that has the traction that he has. You know what I'm saying? Because he has the traction that I had when I first started. Now, you get what I'm saying? So he can take the responsibility and make it be something that it wasn't, right? Because he's watched me grow, he's watched my platform, so he knows kind of the ins and outs, right? He's collabed with me, he knows how that works, so he could take what I did over there, apply what he needs to apply to him, keep going, and don't stop, right? Because he has the traction that's necessary to make it happen. I've done all I can do over there. I'm ready to move on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to move on. It's been 5 years, 15,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? My other page has 5,000 when we first started on that page. I'm tired when it comes to TikTok. I'm not tired of what I do. I love what I do. When it comes to that platform, I'm tired.
No, it'd be like that. Them apps will bring you out, man.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like I burned out all I can do there. Just being honest, right? I've even spoken to Amigo about it, so he knows. It's not like it's just going to be something blindsiding him. Like, he knows. I'm done. Like, come 2026, whole app deleted, profile deleted, gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm sticking to here and YouTube, Twitch, right? Grow. We need to get to the bigger audience. You know what I'm saying? We've had consistently 4 or 5 people. We had like 7 people in here at one point, 8 people here at one point. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's consistent. And the conversation of men's mental health needs to be broad. It needs to be bigger. And unfortunately, TikTok limits that. Even though we're connecting with people across the world, it doesn't seem like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like that. So it's like, and I look at the numbers, I look at the analytics, I look at everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that. It's cycled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not really being broadcasted the way that it should, because it's not the content that people are looking for. People are looking
Yeah.
for battling and all
It's
that
not reaching
stuff.
who it need to reach.
It's
Right.
not, right?
Yeah.
And on here and on YouTube, I can reach more people. You know what I'm saying? So, James, if you're asking what I'm looking forward to doing, I'm looking forward to being on bigger platforms. You know what I'm saying? I might end up going to school like Derek did and create my own community on school. You know what I'm saying? And do that. But that's for maybe 2026, 2027. You know what I'm saying? That's for that. Right now, I'm focusing on building the community here, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch. You know what I'm saying? And then focusing on that and building that here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, definitely, Bernard. I definitely want to do a live event. I mean, we've had the men. He see that's the thing, right? I
Yeah.
personally don't have to create anything. He has something already. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can create something which is cool, and then we could all collab. But Jordan already has the men's mental health panel that he does live. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we just collab with him. Like, we just
Mm.
jump on there with him and support him because that's his movement, right? And we we have that level of respect for what he does, because it took me just 2 times to want to be on there. I went there to visit, to show love the first time, and the second time I was like, yo, I need to be on there.
Yeah.
Like,
Was,
like, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Was quick
Like,
with it.
it was quick. Like, he was like, I need to be on there. We gotta make that happen. You know what I'm saying? And we made it happen. So for people that think that men don't collab and support each other, we do.
Yeah.
All
And you
right,
get so much further collaborating with people
you do.
than trying to
100%.
like compete with somebody, or like, especially in a space like men's mental health in general. I don't think there's if the driving desire is to be the best, you kind of missing the point.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Fair.
like
Mm-hmm.
it's about how can we get this message into the hearts and minds of as many people as we can. And that don't come by being the best. That comes by collaboration, and collaboration gets you into more spaces to impact more people. And like that's ultimately the goal. Obviously, we want to continue to make this a career for ourselves if possible, but the mission is still the mission, regardless of what all that other stuff is. You got to be able to get into the hearts and minds of people, and you do that through collaboration.
Right.
No, absolutely. I mean, nobody can do it alone.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And that's the most important thing. That's why I don't. Listen. The amount of people I collabed with on here, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, in person, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never said really. I've really. It's very rarely that you hear me say no. Like, you know what I'm saying, to collabing with somebody, because it's always good. I like picking people's brain.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. I like picking people's brain because I don't know everything. I'm always going to be a student, even though I'm a coach. I'm a forever student. So there's always something to learn and something to take in and information to put, to grasp onto. So I'm always ready to learn. Always ready to learn, which is why I collab with as many people I collabed with. Before I even became a coach, I was on panels with therapists. Before I even
yeah.
thought about being a coach, like,
Them
I was
doors
on the
gonna
panels
open.
with, you know what I'm saying? I was on a panel with therapists, life coaches. I was on the panel with all of them, and I was talking circles around them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I wasn't the one that said it. Another coach came up to me and said it. They said, yo, you were talking circles around them. Why are you not a coach? Why are you not a therapist? And it just like pinged to me, like, yo, maybe I should be. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But it was just like, I didn't know. I just got information, and I lived a life, and I experienced shit.
yeah,
Things that I just didn't talk about. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
in those spaces where people want to learn and they're ready to learn, I'm gonna let that out. I'm gonna let that transparency flow. Somebody's gonna learn from it. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just one person.
bro. Even if it's just one person, you did what you supposed to do.
Period.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I look at it. And if we're collabing, the overall goal is to reach that one person. It's not to reach. It's good if we reach multiple people. That's even better. But if we could reach that one person, somebody that have that aha moment, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then we did our job.
That's
We
real.
did our job, right? that we have to take that as a victory.
That's real.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got really much in regards to that. You just gotta take it as it is. You know what I'm saying? One day at a
Yeah.
time. Like one day at a time. Most people think you need a degree of schooling, but you can be taught by anyone. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Facts.
I didn't finish college. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't finish college. All of the stuff that I'm doing is from my lived experience, bro. Like I taught
Yeah.
myself a lot of this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, and I learned from other people.
You can absolutely be taught by anybody, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And understanding that learning never stops, right? Like once school is over or whenever we stop going to like a traditional learning environment, like learning don't stop. There's
No.
always somebody in your life you can learn something from.
Knowledge is
And you got
power,
to keep
yo.
looking for it. A lot of people stop
Knowledge is
looking
power.
for it. You got to keep looking for it.
That's the problem. A lot of people stop looking for the knowledge. And knowledge is power.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing things is power. Whether you need to use it, you need to utilize it right there and then or not, is not the point. It's the fact that you have it. So when you do need to use it, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You already have it embedded in your brain because you've took the time to learn it.
And you don't want the things you don't know to be used against you because it will be, right?
Eventually.
Like it's people who really in the world who will not have your best interest in mind and take advantage of what you don't know. So it's
Yeah.
on you to try to get that information, man, because people will
That's a
do that.
fact. That's a fact.
I mean, we see that all the time, bro. We see it all the time. And for everybody that's watching, I'm sure you probably experienced it. You know what I'm saying? We don't know everything. We don't, and that's just the honest truth, right? We don't know everything. But if you take the time to actually do some research and, you know, ask the right questions, talk to the right people, you'll learn some stuff. You will. You'll learn
For
some stuff.
sure.
And it's always a good conversation when you're learning something. Right? Like I told Jordan earlier today, earlier in the live, I learned from the old heads, right? From the right old heads, as he stated. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Having conversations with the right old heads and actually listening to understand and listening to hear versus listening to respond. You're actually taking in the information. You're taking in the knowledge. You're taking in the wisdom, right? Now, does that wisdom apply to you right away? Probably not. Probably not. Does it? If it does, utilize it. If it doesn't, that's fine too. At some point in time in your life, you'll probably run across a situation where that wisdom will apply.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And when it applies, you'll have your aha moment. You'll be like, the old head, whatever their name is, right? You know what I'm saying? Really, really took in that, they gave me that and now I can really dive into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
You can take that wisdom and use it now.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's all in what you want to do. Right. And I'm not just talking to the men, I'm talking to the ladies too. If there's ladies in the chat that are not commenting or anything. Um, this is for you guys too, right? Knowledge is power. The more that you know about the person that you're with or the person that you want to be with, the better the relationship is going to be, right? I always look at a relationship with three foundations. You have his foundation, her foundation, and the foundation of the relationship. If his foundation is cracked, the foundation of the relationship is cracked. If her
That's a
foundation is
fact.
cracked, the relationship of the foundation is cracked. If their foundation is both intact, then the foundation of the relationship is intact.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So learn about yourself as much as possible. Focus on yourself as much as possible. Go through the healing journey. Go through the process. Get the help that you need. Go to therapy. Get a coach. An effective therapist and coach. Shop for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me put that out there. I'm not gonna just
Yeah.
tell you to go to any therapist and coach.
They not all
Shop.
built the same.
They're not built the same. Let's keep it all the way 100, right? Let's be real with that. You know what I'm saying? For the 6 people that are watching, shop for your therapist, shop for your coach, shop for your mentor, shop for that person. Ask questions. Ask for, qualifications, certifications, whatever you got to do to make yourself feel comfortable within the conversation of asking them the right questions. Ask them the right questions. How many people that they helped? You know what I'm saying? Who can you recommend for me to have a conversation with that you actually helped, that will tell me that you did this, that, and the third? Ask those questions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you'll get the answers that you're looking for from that person if they actually did the effective job. You know what I'm saying? They'll be able
I'll
to tell
be
you
I'll be trying to tell people finding a good therapist is like finding a good barber. Right,
facts.
like there's a process to it. Like let's say you move somewhere, you ain't never been to this place before, and you starting to meet people. First thing you figure out when you move someplace new is, where can I get a haircut? Right. And to figure that out, you might Google barbershops near me. You're gonna
Mhm.
go see if they got an Instagram page, look at some of their work. You might ask someone who got a good cut, like, yo, who cut your hair? You're gonna get
Mhm.
recommendations, you're gonna do your
I
due
got you, Bernard.
diligence
I'll
and
answer
look.
that question for you in a bit.
And then when you get in there, you're gonna give them a chance. If it don't work out, you're not gonna never go to a barber again. You're gonna go find another barber. And it's the same thing with therapy. You might do all that, find a therapist, and it doesn't necessarily work out. Don't give up on therapy altogether. You just got to keep going until you find the right one. Same way, you're not going to stop getting haircuts. You're going to keep going until you find the right barber. And once you find the right barber, you locked in. That's a great
Right.
relationship.
No, facts. Facts. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even lying about that part, because it's not easy to find a good barber. I've had the
It's
same
not,
barber
bro.
for a minute, and I moved completely out the way from where he is, and I still go over there.
Yes,
so,
that's how it
so,
be. When you get
you
locked
know what I'm
in,
saying? You locked in, you locked in. You know what I'm saying? So Bernard said, so what are the things we are supposed to learn about ourselves that matter? All of it matters. Everything. Everything about yourself matters.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? There's not a thing about yourself that doesn't matter. All of it matters. You know what I'm saying? It's just about what you want to learn about yourself. But all of it matters. You know what I'm saying? You delegate,
yeah.
you get to delegate what's small, what's big, and what's in, what's in between in regards to what you want to learn about yourself. But all of it matters. The small
And
things create the big things.
if you don't know where to start with that, like on what do I need to learn about yourself, best place to start is, why do you do the things you do?
That part.
That's real.
Why do you do the things you do? And then you could build on everything else from that. But like E was saying, all of it matters. Because all of you matters. So just start that journey, man. Whatever questions come to your mind, just start it.
One of the things I have my clients do, um, and this works for anybody, we can even do it, fellas, pros and cons. Create a pros and cons list about yourself, right? What you like, what you don't like, and be as transparent with
Yeah,
that
be
list as
honest with it.
possible. You know what I'm saying? Don't bullshit the list and think that there's gonna be what it is. Transparency is key when it comes to making that list, and you'll recognize the things that you like about yourself and the things you don't like. I promise you, you will. And
Absolutely.
that right there will tell you everything that you need to know. It'll
Absolutely.
tell you everything that you need to know. And in regards to the other question that you have, what are you supposed to learn about the other person? Whatever they want you to learn. What are they willing to give you? You know what I'm saying? Or the things that you ask about. But they have to be healed or healing, because that answer shifts and changes when the person is actually on the process of healing. Because the person
Yeah.
is not healing, that you're gonna get a different response and different answer in regards to what you need to learn about them, and vice versa. So if you guys are in the process of healing and you're recognizing new things about yourself and seeing the new version of yourself, um, that answer will change drastically. It will change
Mm-hmm.
drastically. I promise you, it's going to change drastically. It's not going to be the answer that you're looking for. You're going to think that you know what the answer is going to be, and then they're going to give you a completely 360 of an answer, legit
Mm-hmm.
360 of an answer, because they're actually going through their process of healing.
Makes all the difference, man.
It does. It really does. You know what I'm saying? And take in all of it, right? And if you wasn't here in the beginning, like I said, this is all recorded. This is live, so it'll be posted on both of my YouTube channels, one on Kingofselflove and one on Monumental Podcast. So if you guys want to watch the replay to all of this, you guys can always go watch the replay. It's always going to be there. It's not going anywhere. So, you know what I'm saying? So if you missed the beginning of the conversation, definitely go back and, watch it at your own pace. I'll timestamp everything as well, because I do that. I take it a step further and I timestamp everything, so
Oh,
that
you
way
committed, bro.
I commit. Yeah,
You
100%.
committed.
I timestamp everything. I put the descriptions in there and everything. I put the social medias of anybody that was involved when they send it to me, so that way you guys can follow those individuals as well. You know what I'm saying? I go all in. So we make sure that everybody is credited for their, their time spent.
That's
You know what
real.
I'm saying? So I do appreciate that. So yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? If you guys don't have anything else, you guys got any closing remarks? If you
No,
ain't
I
got
just
anything.
want to say to Benoit one thing. To I know you don't know me, but if you in here listening to bro, then like I feel as though I can put in my itty bitty amount of wisdom. The best thing I can say as far as like anybody goes, man or women, is if your foundation is built on the lie, it's gonna crack because of the truth. So with that being said and done, like a lot of men, like when we first get with a woman, we like in any way, shape, or form. The first thing a woman asks us is, "What do we like?" And our first answer is, "Whatever you like." And that's never the truth. You get in the bedroom with this woman, and she want to do some
Yeah,
things your body ain't used to. You gonna crack. I'm
facts.
speaking from experience. So
Hey,
with that being said and
come
done,
on, man.
so with that being said and done, like it's okay to realize that sometimes you make the woman better for the next man, and sometimes she makes you better for the next woman, if that's what your speed is. But the thing about I would say about me, without taking up too much time, is I have not crossed any finish lines. And that's because every time I think I'm about to cross the finish line, I realize that there's something of mine that I haven't healed. I'm learning a lot about this word called triggers. And
Mm,
even at my age of 40, I'm still learning about things that trigger me. And it's a never ending, it's a never ending race. It's a never ending sprint. And the more you learn, the more you realize how far away that finish line and that goal actually is. You at the 50-yard line of getting there, and you realize you ain't even in the right stadium. So it's a lot of things that, if that makes sense.
Man, yeah.
Finish as in learning yourself, the marriage to your born self. Like marriage doesn't even have to be the marriage to another person. Like the best relationship you can ever be in is the one with yourself.
you got to marry yourself before you marry anybody else, man.
Hmm.
You have to, because you'll end up divorcing yourself before you even know why you're doing it. That's when you're in the middle of the living room punching the air, trying to figure out what you did wrong. So learning yourself will always be the best thing. Healing yourself, you can't hit the analogy I always use. They said on every airplane, on every
Hmm.
airplane, when that plane is going down,
Yep.
men, women, and children, you have to put that mask on yourself first. You have to. And
Facts.
as far as what bro said earlier about how he'll pass me the torch, I wouldn't accept it. Because if you pass me the torch, that means that you're going into a dark room. You got to hold on to your own torch. It's enough flames for everybody on here.
That's what
I,
that I'm
I
passing.
understand what you're saying, but
My light will never go out. That's the thing,
that's
right?
that's the
My
good thing about it. But you can't
Yeah,
pass the torch. Your torch, it's people who it's moths that come to your flame that'll never come to mine.
facts.
You got and the thing about it, yeah, we both want to give up on that other app. We both want to because it's detrimental to our mental at times when you
It
put in
can.
all this work and you doing
Yeah.
everything. But man, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'll tell anybody in this room this because I would rather give credit than take credit. For the past 3 months, I ain't been wanting to go live on my page. I get a text message from him saying, "Hey, I'm ready." I'm like, "You ready for what?"
So
I'm
what you
ready.
mean?
Yeah, what you mean? It's 8:30 my time, 7:30 your time. You normally go live this time, and I'm like, man, I don't really want to, but I sat back and I realized like that's called accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like that's accountability. That's when somebody who has a somebody who's known for doing what you're doing has been doing what you're doing, and they can bring you up to speed. Because I don't like going live. I don't. I honestly don't. Like I'm an introvert at heart. But when you got somebody
Yeah.
of that stature telling you, man, look, you got to. Like it's too many people who you're reaching. But I say all that to say this, but know it, when you're dealing with a lot of spirits, you got to figure out what a spirit is and what spirit you're dealing with. Because sometimes good spirits will make you do the wrong things, the wrong things. So you gotta look at what spirit are you actually dealing with, and then you gotta look even deeper. Go down this rabbit hole. What is alcohol called?
Hey, come
Spirits.
on.
Talk
Yep.
about it.
Alcohol. Am I going? I'll say that
Yeah.
for another. I'll say that for
Yeah.
another talk.
Hey,
'Cause
you
I'm
talking
about to
true
go down the
though.
rabbit. I'll say that for another
You
talk.
talk. true though,
I
man.
ain't gonna hold up y'all time. Y'all been on for an hour,
Listen,
39 minutes, and 38 seconds.
Hey,
I ain't gonna hold y'all
you
time like
talking
that.
true though, man.
yeah, he was about to go into another one there.
Yeah, I'm
We
gonna
can
shut up.
we can make that happen
Mhm.
though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just let
I'm
me
gonna
know what
shut
y'all
up.
schedule looking like. We can make it happen.
We all gonna get that text. He said, "Hey,
We
yo,
can,
say."
it's time.
I
Let's
had to
do it.
shut up.
No, that's facts
Oh
though. But
man,
you was about to say some truth right there though, in
Man, I
regards to
shut
that.
up.
You know what I'm saying?
I know when it's time to go, and I know when it's time to stop. So,
Listen.
but my closing remark is, but, but if I had to
oh
do a
man,
closing remark, I'll just say, hey, today's almost over. No matter what time you're watching this, today is almost over. Tomorrow's not promising. Yesterday is gone. Do what you can do today and love yourself today, because tomorrow you might not be able to do it. And thank you for the
Facts.
host and my brother who I just met for even allowing me up
yeah,
here
man.
for these few minutes.
You already know, man. You always accept it no matter what, bro. No matter what I'm doing. You know how that
Yeah.
goes. Go ahead, Jordan. What you got?
Um, nah, I'm just grateful to be here, man. I appreciate you, creating this space for all of us to get up here and meet, speak, share a little bit of our wisdom and our light with each other. And yeah, again, for anyone who tapped in late to the live or just got here, my name is Jordan Smith, based in Bridgeport, Connecticut. You can follow me on Instagram at Jordan Speaking. So it's just my first name and then speaking at the end of it. And then from there, you can find all my other socials on my other pages. And we gonna link again, man. We
Oh, you
definitely gonna
already
keep
know
it
that.
going.
You
So
Okay.
already know
I
that.
appreciate y'all tuning in.
That's without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already know that. The wisdom has to continue, and we have to keep spitting knowledge and trying to help these men. You know what I'm saying? And that's the overall goal, honestly. For me, I just want y'all to be starting being intentional about yourselves. You know what I'm saying? I tell you guys that over there on the other app too. Like, you
Mhm.
got to be intentional about yourself. Be intentional about your healing. Be intentional about your journey. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can do it for you. Nobody's gonna do it for you. No
Right.
matter how hard you want somebody else to do it for you, it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can want it more than you want it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You got to push forward to actually change, right? And for the parents, you got little ones that look up to you, and because you're not healing, they're looking up to a mask.
Man.
They're
Man.
looking up to a mask. They're not looking up to the person that you're supposed to be. They're looking up to the person that's surviving, that's moving in survival mode.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So take that for the parents that are here. If you are a parent and you are watching, just let that sizzle a little bit, right? Your children are not even recognizing who you are because you don't even know who you are. You don't even know who you are. And if you claim that you do, then you should be operating as an authentic person. But if you see that your behavior and your habits and your patterns are showing a person of hurt, pain, trauma, and triggers, then you're not being authentic. You're moving in the face of a mask, and you're exchanging that mask Sunday through Friday. You're welcome. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome. But no, I do appreciate everybody that came in today. If you guys were watching on YouTube, I appreciate you guys for being there. If you're watching on Twitch, we definitely appreciate you over there. I'm new to the Twitch family, so I'm trying to get that up and popping. So if you guys want to follow me on all social media platforms, you can go to my link tree. I think my link tree is located on my Facebook. If you follow me on Facebook, it is located in my YouTube uh, link as well. All my link tree and all my social media platforms, my books, all of the good stuff that's about me. Website is right now under construction, so my website is down right now. So I will update you guys shortly on that, on when we're gonna release the actual website for the podcast and the coaching. So cross my fingers that it's gonna be done by February. We don't know yet. We don't know
God
yet,
willing.
but God willing, that it's done by
Yeah.
February. You know what I'm saying? And we'll eventually get into that. But I got one thing else I got to say to you guys is, in a world full of negativity, make sure y'all choose love and live on purpose. Keep life simple. Love is the glue. Respect is the flavor. You dig, you dig, you dig. Make sure y'all live with